Good morning, everybody. I am still in my pajamas. It's that kind of morning. But I wanted to come on here. A couple of things. I am going to be away and not really on social media August 1st through like the 17th or 18th. So this group is as much your group as it is mine. So post away. um, and I'll maybe be popping in every once in a while. But when I'm on vacation, I like to be on vacation, and so yeah. So like I said, this is as much your group as it is mine. So feel free to share things that inspire you, and yeah, and just share with the group while I'm away. So I wanted to talk about being an empath and whether it's a blessing and a curse, and all the things that go along with being an empath. So basically, of course, being an empath is being a deep feeler, okay? And it's we're feeling everything and not just emotions. Sometimes we're picking up on other people's physical ailments, or what happens is our energy field is more porous, and so we absorb people's emotions, their energy, their physical pain, and so we are about 20% of the population. And most most empaths are pretty introverted, or they kind of fall along the line of being introverted. There are pretty rare some extroverted empaths, and I am one of those, and that's even more kind of I think, I don't know, maybe not. If you guys are an introverted or extroverted empath, I'd love to know. Sometimes it can be more challenging because it's like not only do I feel everybody's feelings and energy, but then I also it gives me energy until it doesn't, and then I'm like, done, gotta go right now, shutting down, need to be in my little cave and not to talk to anyone. And so we move through the world using our feeling senses, okay? And so we're highly aware of other people's pain points, and what others need emotionally, energetically, physically, psychologically, psychically. And so it is really awesome. And then also what also happens is, like, because we do that, we could pick up what another person needs, often sometimes before they even realize it, and then we get into that trap of being that people pleaser or that overgiver, because we get it, right? And we're like the human caregivers are the empaths. And so oftentimes it could be a curse if, one, you don't know you're an empath. Two, there is a correlation between trauma and being an empath. It's kind of a chicken and an egg scenario. We have a mirror neuron system, which is overactive, which is a part of your brain which helps us connect and empathize. And so if you're not aware that you are one, you could be just exhausted and drained and just feeling kind of like a lot of victim-y energy that may or may not even, okay? And so boundaries, like I always say, is super key. But what's really important to know is that being an empath and being a deep feeler really is, that sensitivity is a gift. And so there we are. Okay, there's something wrong with my Wi-Fi. Hi, Maureen. I like your little sunflower and your little, hello, how are you? And so that sensitivity is a gift, okay? And so there's this phenomenon called an emotional contagion, which is a pretty cool psychological concept. Go again. Oh, there we are. I don't know what's happening on your end, but on my end, it keeps saying that I need to reconnect. Excuse me. And so the emotional contagion is basically, if I'm feeling excitement, you're going to feel excitement. Or if I'm feeling fear, you're going to pick up on that, and then you're going to feel fear too. Okay. And so because we are the super absorbers, we're going to go pick up other people's feelings and catch their feelings like nobody else's business. Right. And so, so it's really, really important that we do soul care, that we get enough rest, that we have really healthy boundaries. And so a lot of times what's happening is that we could be feeling somebody else's energy, and then because we're super porous, we think that it's our own, right? So it's really important to check in and be like, okay, what's my baseline? Why am I feeling this way? Is this mine? And then intuitively be like, oh wait, this isn't mine. And so if it's not yours, then you could let it go. And if it is your feeling, then you process it and you work through it, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is what this is about. And so because I wasn't here last week, that was pretty much what last week's live was about. And this week's live is about basically the blessing and the curse of being an empath. So you get 2 in 1 today. And so some empath challenges, we get stimulated a lot, like overstimulated, stimulated and overstimulated. We feel things intensely. We absorb, like I said earlier, the stress and negativity of other people. And we get emotional hangovers. Like, does anybody else get an emotional hangover? Like, I know I do. And so a lot of times empaths are also HSPs, which is a highly sensitive person. So you're not only really sensitive energetically, but you are also highly sensitive to sound, light, smell, taste, temperature, touch. Like, I need to be in comfy clothes all of the time. Like, all of the time. Comfy clothes, comfy shoes, all the things. And temperature. Did I mention that? So, like, temperatures, my husband jokes that the temperature has to be between 70 and 82 for me. Yes, HSP. And that's the thing. It's like, it is really such a blessing to be a highly sensitive, empathic person. And on that soul level, we are here to shift the planet, because we do need more sensitivity and more empathy and more connection, which is what our gift is. And so we could get emotionally burnt out. And we also have a tendency to feel isolated and lonely because we feel that nobody understands us. And which is why I love this group, because I am collecting and gathering all of the HSPs and the empaths out there so that we don't feel like we're alone, because oftentimes we feel like we're the square peg trying to fit into the round hole. And so that weirdo-ness is really truly our gift. So when we get to like kind of shed all of our conditioning and how we should be, and we let our true light shine, we are these healers of the world. And so when it comes to physical and emotional health, again, we are super absorbers. And so we could be prone to adrenal fatigue, chronic fatigue, and autoimmune disorders, which is all mind body stuff. So we have to be aware of that. And we could also be prone to like depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and like seasonal affective disorder. And so again, if you, like, how do I put this? So with psychological diagnoses, which, you know, it's like, I don't take insurance anymore. I'm really moving into being a like spiritual healer, but on a psycho-spiritual level, because I don't like diagnosing people. And so, but if you think of like anxiety and depression as more of energy in your body, like, what are you pressing down? What are you depressing that is causing your energy to be really, really low, right? which will show up as depression in the clinical medical model, versus, if you tend to be more anxious, then what are you picking up, right? That's making your energy be up here, right? Or are you overthinking, which is another, like, people I don't think talk about that as much, is that when you're an empath, if you're not feeling safe in your body and you're not feeling safe in your energy field, you're going to escape to your head, and then you're going to overanalyze and overthink, right? Also, energetically, if you're getting pulled constantly to the past, you're going to feel that remorse and that sadness and that grief and that depression, versus constantly living in the future. You're going to feel that anxiety and that fear, because basically what anxiety is just another word for fear. And so these are the things that we're up against, which is why when you have a soul care practice, whatever it is for you, for me, it's taking walks, it's exercising, it's meditating, it's getting enough sleep, it's eating healthy, and feeling all my feelings and not, and expressing them and not repressing them. We are healthier. And then when we're healthier, our energy field is clearer, and then we could better serve other people without getting enmeshed and without losing ourselves. Okay, I'm wondering if some astrological signs are more susceptible to being HSPs and empaths. It's funny, I've thought about that too, and I wonder that as well. And like, my initial thing is that it might be maybe, and I would say if that is, I would say that it would be the water signs. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, because we're ruled by our feelings. And so, I always kind of wonder that myself, but then one of my daughters is a total empath and HSP, and she's a Taurus. So I don't know. So what's your sign? I'm a Scorpio, so I know I'm a double Scorpio actually. So I'm like deep feeler. But that is an interesting, question, because I also, like, when I look at like the world and the different countries, I start to go, okay, like, are there specific countries that are, and you're a Libra, and I know that you're an empath, so I don't know, but then I wonder, like, are there specific countries that are more like cerebral and intuitive versus other countries that are more feelers, right? Like, I'm half Italian, and I know how much Italians are major feelers. Then I'm like, what if it goes like culturally or by country as well, or like countries by the equator are maybe more empathic, and there are other psychic gifts like being more intuitive or whatever coming from other countries. I don't know. These are the things that roll through my mind that I like to noodle on. So that's an excellent question, and I don't know, it might be I would say, Maureen, throw a post out in the group and ask. Not enough research out there. So like, I would say post it in the group and maybe make a like a poll and say, like, hey, whatever, empaths, like, what sign are you? And just to see, like, I mean, that would be super curious. Because, I mean, who knows? There could be. All right, my friends, I am out for now. And I will see you on the flip side. I will be back the next 2 weeks for lives, and then yes, please do, and I'll do it too. Whatever you post, I'll put mine in also. And then, like I said, the 1st through the 18th, I am out. So the group is yours. Just be kind and gentle and uplifting, as always, as I know you guys are. Okay, I will see you guys later. Mwah. Bye.